We're coming into an era where video games are going to be playable movies, and the next Batman game that comes out is probably going to be like a playable movie. The closest thing you're going to get to a movie right now is definitely Arkham City. I really, really like that. The cool thing about Batman Arkham City 2 is the history lesson it gives you. The biographies that are done up for these characters are so detailed, it is absolutely unbelievable. It even tells you when the characters made their on-screen debuts on television or in movies. The history behind the game is absolutely unbelievable. The biographies they've done up for each character. Take Penguin, for example. He even refers to his 1994 Batman Returns on-screen name as being Oswald Cobblepot, which I found really cool. The characters in the game, there's nobody left out. Scarecrow is there, you have the Joker, you have Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Catwoman, who actually ends up on trial in the first few minutes of the game. And she's even a playable character in the game too, which is really cool. After you finish the game, there's a Catwoman mode. Great. I think that's Warner Brothers' reason for putting that in there was because the Catwoman movie that was released with Halle Berry a couple of years ago. There's a playable mode there for Catwoman after you finish the game, so you have to play the game twice really to finish it in its entirety, as progression through the game and progress increases very slowly. But getting back here to the history, it's unbelievable the amount of history goes behind this game. Everyone's on-screen debut is there. Their career highlights are there. There's a really cool picture for each one, and there's an animated trophy for each character in the game too, which is really cool, which you can obtain through different things you do by doing main objectives and side objectives on the side of things. Like there's telephone missions and everything there. Regardless if it's a main objective or a side mission, each villain plays a crucial role in the game. And as the game progresses, you meet different villains. The Riddler has his trophies scattered throughout the game. Mr. Strange has different things scattered throughout the game. A lot of side missions in this one, and you have to do side missions to get 100% completion of the game, which is a real pain in the ass, but you don't have to do it to finish the game. You might have to, I'm not really sure, you might have to get the Catwoman playable mode. But I think that it's amazing how everybody has such a crucial role in the game. Mr. Freeze and the Joker, of course, who are your main villains in the game, have the most important roles for the villains, but everybody has a crucial role, and I don't think there's one villain left out of this one. The Two-Face character looks absolutely outstanding too, and how you can drive the Batmobile and everything is 100% awesomeness. It's just screaming awesomeness. But I really like how every Batman villain is in this game, because you go back on the older video game consoles like Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis and even GameCube and the original PlayStations 1 and 2. When Batman Vengeance came out, there were three main villains in the game. I believe it was the Joker and Harley going together as a combination, and then you had Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy, and then back to Joker again. There were anywhere from maybe 3 to 4 main villains in a game, and they were the center of attention throughout the entire game, 100% progress. In this one, everybody is there. Some have small roles, some have more sufficient roles in the game than others, but everyone is there, and everybody plays such a crucial role, and that's one thing that you're going to get. You're going to get your money's worth when it comes to villains, because everybody is there, and the animation and the facials and the voiceovers make these villains look absolutely outstanding. It's almost like you're playing this game and these villains are going to jump out at you. If you have a 3D television and you have the HDMI cable hooked up to the HDMI port on the PlayStation to the 3D television, it enables 3D game capability, and it's almost like these villains are going to come to life and jump out of the screen at you. It's unbelievable how detailed some of these villains are. Joker, Two-Face, Catwoman, who actually is a good person in the game, which I was surprised over for the majority of the game. You have so many amazing villains, and the detail behind them make this game that much more realistic. It is unbelievable how far-fetched this game is. It lives up to its expectations. I mean, you saw some of the ratings, I'm sure, that television was giving this game, and video game review shows and magazines were giving it. Everything was rated 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 15 out of 15, 20 out of 20. Because it really does live up to the expectations of what a video game should be. It's the greatest Batman game of all time, and I'm not just trying to sell the game on a video game console like PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. This game lives up to the expectations of what a Batman game should be and what every Batman game in the past should have been. This is what the ultimate Batman fan has been asking for, and Warner Brothers has delivered on this. Everything about it is absolutely outstanding. It even has online capabilities, which the majority of the PlayStation and Xbox games have. You have to look for the network icon for your favorite video game console like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It has online features. Everything about the game is absolutely outstanding, and it has a playable mode for Catwoman as well. If you're listening to the show here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, you see the Batman Arkham City video game case. It looks awesome. The graphic that they designed for this is awesome. It's a white case with Batman standing there over Arkham City. It looks awesome. On the back of the case it says "No Escape from Arkham City," and you see the villains on the case. Man, what a job they've done on this game. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the graphic here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, you see it there. If you're listening to us on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, it looks awesome, doesn't it? I mean, the graphic, the design behind it was great. The Batman Vengeance graphic was good too on GameCube and PlayStation 2 back in the day. But this is the greatest video game graphic they've designed. I mean, Warner Brothers really spared no expense when it came to this game, because this game is just amazing. I think that it no other Batman game is probably ever going to beat this. I mean, what is there to complain about? It's kind of a pain in the ass. One of the flaws of the game is you could be on one side of the city doing one main objective, and then learn that you have to go to the other side of the city. You might have to turn around 360 degrees and go from one end of the city to the other end of the city right in the middle of when you're doing something. There was one time when I was doing it for Mr. Freeze, you had to go to the coldest point in Arkham City, which is one of the first things you had to do. So you have to leave where Joker is after you find him and catch up with him and Harley, discover his hideout and everything, and learn that he's poisoned you. You have to leave his area and go to the coldest point in Arkham City. Once you go on a search for Penguin, who has captured Mr. Freeze, probably at the 10% mark in the game, you have to go from the museum right down into the depths of the subway to get the last charger or transformer, and you blow that up. And then it's kind of a game where you have to go all over the place, and every little section on the map has so much detail. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto Batman style. But it's a game that I think everyone is really going to like, because it's just a game that it's just something that I think that is just amazing. There's nothing really, there are no flaws with the game. There's just a 5-star rating all around. And if you've seen the television trailers for this, everything rated for it is 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 15 out of 15, and it's not far from the truth. Sometimes you'll purchase a game and what you're really paying for is packaging and not gameplay or graphics or any kind of design. But with this one, you're getting every penny's worth. I've seen the game on sale. It's not very expensive. The most you'll pay for it if it's not on sale is $59.99. It's a great game. It's worth $65, $70, and if you can get it on sale at an EB Game Store or GameStop, it is awesome. I think that it's worth every penny. It really is, because it's the best Batman game I have played, and I have no complaints about the game. I mean, the villains are awesome. Just for the cast of villains in the game makes me want to buy this one, and I'm really happy that Batman has another movie coming up, because I really thought The Dark Knight was the last movie, but they're going to be making Batman Rise of the Dark Knight, which is the sequel to The Dark Knight back in '08. That'll be released sometime here in 2012, and I'm going to be talking about that because I am a huge Batman fan. If you're listening to the show here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, leave us your opinion, leave us your links about Batman Arkham City, because I'm sure a lot of you probably have done your own reviews. I know that because I've seen a lot of them. I'm going to be throwing this up here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, and on our Twitter page. We'll have more information on that after we come back from playing some music here for you. I think that it's awesome how Batman Arkham City has gotten over the way it has. So if you have any links, definitely throw it up here in our YouTube channel, or tweet them to me on Twitter.com, HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1, because I really want to hear what you fans have to say about Batman Arkham City. What are your thoughts on gameplay, the videos? I really think we're entering an era where video games are going to become playable movies on your favorite video game consoles like Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 as an example. What are your opinions on gameplay? What did you like? What didn't you like? There really isn't much not to like about Batman Arkham City, because it really is a great game. Let me know on Twitter.com, HW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1, and by joining the conversation at Facebook.com, Jonathan Clarke, 5 out of 5 stars on a 5-star scale. If I could go any higher than that, I would rate it 6 stars out of a 5-star scale, to be honest with you, because it's so cool. If you're listening to the show here on YouTube, throw us your links up on our Twitter page at HW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1, and on our YouTube channel at youtube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, because I want to see some of your reviews. I want to read some of your comments, so comment it up here on youtube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22. I'll have more information on what we got coming up here on the show. We got a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be talking a little bit about some video games over the next little while. When I get my hands on a couple of reviews here for some video games, I'll be talking about video games more often, because I know the review I did for WWE 12 some while back got a lot of hits. We got over like 350 to 400 hits because of that game review we did on WWE 12. So once I get my hands on some more reviews for some more video games, I'll be talking about some more. We have one for Victorious for Nintendo DS coming up here next week on the show. I'll have some more information on that, and I'll have more on Batman Arkham City after we come back from playing some music here for you. Here's Seether and Amy Lee, the collaboration of Broken, which was featured